Hey everybody, Ben Wilson here. And with October coming along and the La Crosse Comic Con coming up, I'm going to show you how I draw monsters and how the process I go through to create monsters. I'm going to show you a couple of the ones that I've already done, and then I'm going to go through my thinking process in order to create a monster. We'll start with a blank sheet of paper and move on from there. So we're going to start with this. Take a look at this bad boy. You know, you look at some of the monsters that I've done over the years, and you think, what the hell is wrong with this guy? I mean, like a set of haunted lungs chasing after a cancer patient that just had a transplant. Whatever the heck this thing is, you know, how do I come up with stuff like that? Where does it come from? And what brings this to my mind? Well, I'm going to share that with you here. You know, it could be something as simple as seeing a midget at a bar when I'm hanging out with my friends, or watching an old episode of Ninja Turtles and wondering what that guy's brother looked like. But we're going to go through, we're going to look at it, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to make monsters today. So, enjoy. Okay, here we go. Starting with a blank sheet of paper. And how do we come up with a monster out of nowhere? And sometimes we think of a body part, say a hand, and turn that into something. So let's go with a hand. All right, we gotta think to ourselves, what kind of hand do we want? Do we want a hand that's been cut off of somebody? Do we want a hand that is its own thing? Get it? Thing from Addams Family? Yeah, you're probably too young for that one. Or do we want it to be something other than what it is? You know, just because it's a hand, can it also not be a face, right? Because with monsters, things don't necessarily have to make sense. Okay? That's the one thing I love about drawing monsters, is it doesn't have to make sense when you're drawing it. So, let's not have it make any sense. So here's where your wrist would be, right? And so instead of having a wrist there, we're gonna draw a crotch there. So okay, so I want this leg to be kind of off to the side. So how about we move the kneecap over here a bit? We move the calf muscle right here. We're gonna change this. And then this pant leg is obviously going to be a little ripped. We're going to draw some jagged rippage here. Okay. Do I want his face right here? Do I want his face right here? Well, I think I'm going to make this hand have pecs and a collarbone. It's going to have a shoulder right here. It's going to come out. And rather than have more hands, we're gonna draw a pincher. What I'm doing overall is what I love about comics and what I love about drawing is it can be anything. Now, movies are slowly starting to get that because CG is catching up to the imagination. But they still haven't gotten quite there yet. So one thing I want you to take away from this is it doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be proportionate when you're drawing monsters and when you're drawing from your imagination. However, let's say drawing superheroes, you'd want to have some grasp of anatomy, and we'll get into that because I like to draw superheroes as well. Alright, now this, let's say the middle finger is going to have his face. Maybe he had a stroke at one point, so his face is going to be sagging. So we'll do this, you know.
So.
Now, one thing you got to remember is you don't have to be a perfectionist, but if you want something to look right, going back and redoing it and not being afraid to erase some of the things that you've done is one way of going about that. You don't have to keep your paper in one spot. Okay? You don't have to have it like this. You can turn it and move it so that way it's more convenient for you. I'm going to try and talk you through this. There we go. And I'm going to draw some spots where the bones in the mouth kind of jut out, where the teeth kind of grow from. And there's teeth in there. Now, we'll kind of shadow that in. And then, it's funner with the inks, but we'll kind of make it look like a bottom lip there. And then we'll put a chin here. Right? And we'll give him an ear. I can't hear ye. Nothing is set in stone. You can always erase, you can always redo, or you can always start fresh with a new sheet of paper. That's the beauty of drawing. So now, what to do with these other fingers? Should I add another arm, or with a pincher? Or should I add an actual hand? Or should I do a claw? Should I give more faces here? This kind of looks like Honey Boo Boo's mom right here. Mama June. Looks like Mama June after somebody stole her popcorn at the theater or something. Oh, and then let's see. What about this one? This one can just be all teeth if we want it to. You know, just meh. I don't know. I kind of just want there to be like this regular guy face. So regular guy, like kind of eyes open, and ooh, we should put like a weird nose on this one too. Weird hog nose there. See, and then regular guy's gonna kind of have a different type of schnoz, and he's gonna be a little concerned that Mouthy over here and Mama June and Sleepy are kind of calling the shots. He's all like, I should be in the middle. So there's that, and then give him like let's go with he might be a regular guy, but he's also mullet dude.
You can have a mullet. There you go. Regular guy with a mullet. And then,
let's add another arm. Okay, so the other arm's right here. Let's add some mech to this arm, right? So now you see most of my lines are kind of jagged and curly and whatnot. Now we're gonna straighten some lines out. So that. We're gonna make it look like a giant bolt. And then we're gonna kind of do something here with the vein. And it goes into the skin. This tube is gonna come out here. And it's gonna go directly into the mech. But we want the tube to kind of go in, and then we want the skin to kind of go over the tube. And you're going to see the tube under the skin. And this is by no means finished. Remember that. So we're going to give him some fingers, except for they're going to be kind of jagged. Just remember, this is a robot, so don't hesitate to make it look kind of blocky and weird. And how many joints you want on the robot's hand. We're just going to go with 4 fingers. Why? Because he's already got 5 on his head. There we go. And that's the creature from obscurity to paper. And next we're going to show you how to ink it. So, hope to see you back then.